back to our channel. Today we are going to be just talking about the immigration process, just some questions, not like anything detailed or anything. We're actually going to provide a separate video for that in case anybody's wanting to know more about immigration laws and how things are working for like your interviews and stuff. Today's just kind of informal, kind of just our experience on that level of what was going on. And yeah, so.
Yes, we started our process, like even like entertaining the thought of doing it last year in December. That's when we started talking to the lawyer and all that. So we use the lawyers. Some people opt to just do it themselves, but for us it was a lot of work with a newborn baby and all that. So we opted for a lawyer. So and then in April of this year, that's when everything got finalized. All the paperwork got submitted, and now we were like just in waiting.
Give it a month.
Oh,
We got, so our interview was on the 9th of September? November. We got a notification in the mail, and it was, so the 9th, it was 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks, well, really it was 2.5 weeks because of how the snail mail works here. And so I had to figure out how to get time off and stuff for that. It's clear, it was about a 5-hour drive from where we're at right now. Plus we had to get a hotel last minute and stuff.
Yeah, and the other thing that, those few weeks that we got, we had to get our COVID shots, and they had to be in the system for like a week. Was it a week or 2 weeks?
No.
2 weeks in the system.
No. No, we had to be in there for, was it 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks, because we got it after. So we got our notification, our mail, and then we went in the following day to get the shots, and they had to be in the system for 2 weeks. And then at the same time, we also had to do our medical, because we needed that to take with us to all sealed and all that for me. So that was for me.
Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of the pre-process, and then
yeah.
And what we kind of really want to develop and just focus on today is some of the stuff that the immigration officer asked Caroline and I, and didn't really ask a whole lot of questions about me. It was mostly about her, wanting to kind of see was she, stumbling over some of the detail, were all the documentations legit, and we did offer a lot more. And I would suggest in our next video that if you offer up information, the process goes a lot smoother.
No, it
expired.
It was expired, and it had I needed a waiver.
Yeah, but in order to get that waiver and start the process over again, she would have to go back to Kenya
for 2 years.
For 2 years, apply for it and come back. So that was yeah. So between the fact that we had extra paperwork already lined up through our lawyer, which we were smart to do it, because if we done it on our own, we wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
And we offered up all the information, which did not give any hesitation for the officer at all. So offering up all the information was kind of a saving grace on that. Mm-hmm. Just don't hide anything. It's like you go before a judge or an officer, just offer up all the information. I mean, don't give too much information, but when they ask you the questions, give a little bit more here and there, and they're gonna look at it more like, okay, well, they're obviously not missing any details, so there's got to be legitimacy in what they're saying. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, these are some of the questions that were asked to Caroline and I, and yeah.
So yeah, we got there 15 minutes before. It took us a while before we were called in to the.
About an hour.
Yeah, but we were there 15 minutes early. So some of the questions that we got when we got in there was like my name. So she asked me my name, and also the first question was my name. The second question was my previous address, if we had any when we were together, and we had one because we were living in Washington. So I had to tell her that, and I think I almost said it wrong the first time, but I got it right. And yeah, that was the first question. And the second question, the third question she asked us was if we were married before. Mm-hmm. And that was like no. So
yeah,
I think if you're married before, you need to submit divorce papers and all that.
Yeah,
but if not, just a no.
Yeah. She then went on and asked us if we had any more kids other than the little one that was there. If you had any previous kids with another partner, not a marriage, because we already established that. Answer was obviously no. Basically, they then asked her how long she'd been in the States for, and all of the paperwork told her how long it was, but she just wants to hear from her. And then one thing that the lawyer thought we were going to ask me was what her parents' names were and what my parents' names were for her.
Yeah.
And ended up that they didn't ask me that. I think it was a lot to do with her still trying to process how well do we need to send her back to Kenya for 2 years and then reprocess, because her mind was all over the place. But
yeah.
It was kind of funny because, you know, I've never met her parents, and it was like, well, okay, well, yeah, Evelyn and Peter, and then you got all the kids' names. But I was never asked that, so.
Yeah, I think they go into details if they sense that people are lying. They'll go into details, they'll ask more intense questions,
Yeah.
but for us it was just general knowledge questions.
Yep.
For us.
Yeah.
Okay, the other thing they asked us is if we had met each other's parents. So for me, I've met them. He's not met them yet because they're in Kenya, but yeah. And that was not a big deal.
Rest on Africa.
The other question was how we met. We just said online, and I think on top of that, she asked me if I told anybody that I was going to meet him, and I said no. Just say that I went to
You
church.
didn't even tell Maggie?
I think Megan knew. Did I think I told Megan. But I didn't think about that at that point, but I just told her no, and I just made a joke, and I said that day I went to church and I prayed before meeting him. That's what I told her. The other question was who attended our wedding. We had a few friends come over, and because it was the period where COVID was there. So we just had a few friends come over, and that was it. The other thing that they asked me was like status on my visa, my entry date to states, and just general questions on my visa. And then after that, they just asked the other questions, security questions, like have you committed a crime? Have you been in jail? Have you done drugs? Have you trafficked people? And all that questions.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think that's all we got asked. And then because when we started the process, we also applied for my waiver, which had not been processed yet. So we got our interview before the waiver was processed. So at that point, she told us that we did great on our interview, and we were just gonna have to wait and hear from them. Well, not hear from them. If we didn't hear from them, everything was good. If we heard from them, we needed to do other things, but we never heard from them. And then so the interview was on the 9th, and then December 9th, that's when I got a notification that everything. What are you doing to your nose? December 9th, that's when I got a notification that everything went through and my green card got approved.
I wonder if it's actually going to be green.
I don't know. Let's wait and see. It's going to have some.
I could probably Google it.
Oh, green vegetation.
I doubt it's Oregon.
Well, it's dry. They have trees.
Somewhat, yeah. Anyway, so that's all we got for this one. Appreciate you guys watching, viewing. Give us a like, give us some comments down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. And we'll catch you on the flip side, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.